I know you probably haven't seen me in a while. I haven't posted in over a week. So there's a lot going on. I still, if I haven't already, posted my trip to Arkansas and everything with my dad and helping him. And I also, this weekend, I was headed to Topeka, Kansas, which is not that far away from Kansas City. It's about an hour. And I stayed in a hotel. Yay, I stayed in a hotel. Yes, I did. Every now and again, you got to get that full bed sleep. You know what I mean? I had the full bed sleep last weekend too. But this weekend as well. But not tonight. Not tonight. I didn't pay for last night, so that's why I took advantage of it. So I was like, shoot, I ain't paid for the bed last weekend. I ain't paying for the bed last night. Might as well take advantage of it. I do need to get some more cushion back there and everything because I'm noticing the difference. This morning I didn't wake up with that much pain, of course, because I was in a bed. But I'm about to head over to get some breakfast. I don't know if I'm going to get Cracker Barrel or what. I don't know. But I'm going to get some breakfast. I'm going to head over to Lake Swanee because, King is attracted to water. And I want to visit today Brown versus Board of Education Museum. That's what I want to visit today. Because in school, I never got the full-fledged of it. I kind of got the summary, but not the in-depth education of Brown versus Board of Education. I want the in-depth education. So I'm going to head over to the museum so I can learn because I love to learn. But anyway, let's do this. Hi. I am at the Board of Education, Brown versus Board of Education Museum. So I did not know that there was a Kansas African American History Trail. I'm going to have to explore that a little bit better to find out what else along this trail that we can learn about. So let's go in. I thought this was a beautiful mural. I want to take a picture of it. Holy. Let me see if I can do that. The Topeka chapter of the National Association of Advancement of Colored People recruited 13 African American parents to file a lawsuit contesting the state law that allowed cities like Topeka to segregate students in the elementary grades. Although the NAACP lost the case in U.S. District Court in 1951, they appealed to the Supreme Court and joined 4 other lawsuits. I wanted to show the what a kindergarten classroom looked like back then. I thought this was very interesting because I am an early childhood professional. Now I do applied behavior analysis and help autistic children, but I thought this was very interesting to see, considering how old I am, to see what I remember, and I thought it was very interesting to touch a blackboard again because I grew up with it in the elementary school. Blocks are still blocks. Oh, somebody built on what I had. That's so cute. I built that one, and somebody had put that on top. It's really good. It was interesting to see some of the books that they had in the classroom. Wow. I really was into Mother Goose when I was 5 years old. I guess these were the old Lincoln logs. I would call this housekeeping. It's interesting, the plates. I'm so used to an up-to-date preschool classroom. But I kind of seen some of these in preschools today that didn't have the money to upgrade. The wooden ones actually lasted a long time. I guess this is the heater. I don't remember these discs, kind of just in the 80s, but I do remember a groove for your pencil at the desk. Interesting. This is the bathroom. I do remember operating a record player, but not this old. Peter Pan Records. Oh, wow, I do remember. Oh, wow, look at this. Oh, man, the thing is gone. This antique disc would have been seen in grade schools between the 1930s and 1950s, including classrooms here at the Monroe School. What do you remember about your elementary school classroom? Oh, I thought this was very interesting. I remember these. You put the chalk in there and then you make the lines on the board. I was looking for a piece of chalk, actually. Look at that. Black is the same. These are the children who was in this class standing in front of that fireplace. So, there you have it. I'm going to go wash my hands because I touched on quite a bit of stuff, but this is the Brown versus Board of Education National Museum in Topeka, Kansas, if you would like to visit. Thank you. Man, I'm sweating. Thanks for coming on my journey at the Brown versus Board of Education National Historic Site. It was very interesting to see a kindergarten classroom from 1949, I've learned. And a lot of the information, I was aware of the stories. That I was a lot more aware than I thought I was. Just because I didn't go in depth on it. But there were so many pieces throughout history that led to the Brown versus Board of Education that I already knew. But I did learn a few things that I did not know. I did not know that in Topeka, Kansas, they had a more, how can I put this? I don't want to misquote. I have to go back. I don't want to misquote. But I noticed one of the exhibits, I should took a picture of those towns that had separate but equal, so-called equal. Their buildings were different. Their materials were different. But this seemed more like the kindergarten classroom that I visit. It seemed more like, because actually this was a integrated school. It looked like it was integrated school, and I saw the picture, if I can bring up the picture at this point on the video, that there were black children in the same classroom that I was standing in. So very nice brick and mortar school. Nice chairs, nice, if those are the same chairs and tables, I don't know. I know that was the same fireplace. So that picture was actually from within that classroom. And it looked really well for that time period, for 1949. So it just seemed like, and I also had learned that Kansas had the right to choose to be segregated, but most of the South was you had to be segregated. So I learned that, and I was just like, oh, okay, so they had the right to choose to be segregated or not. It just, I guess, depended on where you went. So I thought that was very interesting. But yeah, but a lot of the stuff I did know. So yeah, that was very interesting. Especially to see all me being an educator and everything. I'm very thankful. And I was thinking about how can what I've learned at this museum, or what I was reminded of at this museum, how did it impact my life? And so I was interested in that, and I was on my way walking back. There was a sign that clearly said, "Do not cross the field," and people were crossing the field. So I had time to think coming around the field, and I was like, more than likely because of Brown versus Board of Education, it led to me being able to hold 2.5 degrees. So not to brag or boast or anything like that, because I do have to pay back those 2.5 degrees. I have a bachelor's degree in child development psychology. But the reason why I didn't pursue the psychology trail is because at that time I was a single mom, and I would have had to take a pay cut to get those 3,000 hours field work just to get to become a school psychologist. So I went the route of, since I was an early childhood preschool teacher for so many years, I went the route of becoming an administrator or assistant director of a child care center, and on to become a curriculum coordinator once I got my master's degree in early childhood studies. So and then the pandemic happened. A lot of child care centers did not make it, didn't know if it was coming back. Not to say that it was going to be wiped out of a lot of child care centers, but it caused me to kind of rethink my path, because you can only make so much money in early childhood education. There's a ceiling that you hit. There's a ceiling that you hit, and now it's just like, man, I really need some more money, and everything. So I decided, how can I take my years of experience and combine it into a new field? And so that's where I went on and got my postgraduate certificate. I wasn't getting another master's degree, but my postgraduate certificate in applied behavior analysis. And I will sit for the board exam. Right now I'm doing my 2,000 hours field work to get that done. So my job actually covers that, and covers the hours that I need for me to become a behavior analyst, a board certified behavior analyst. And so I will sit for the board exam hopefully sometime within 2023, and everything. I'm currently studying, trying to get that done. But like I said, as I was walking, I really started to understand why it was so important for this to happen, Brown versus Board of Education, for me to have the right to have 2.5 degrees. You know what I mean? So, thank you. I appreciate the struggle. Hate that it had to happen that way, but I appreciate every ancestor, every fight for equality in education, to provide the education that I have today. I really do appreciate it. So, yeah. Well, anyway, that's my journey of today.